Woo! Happy National Organize Your Home Office Day. We are in my home office. Here, let me get all of this set up. Gotta love all the technology. Just trying to balance it all. So hello, I'm Jessica, the Organized Mama. I teach families practical organizing tips, tricks, and tutorials everyone can follow. Today is National Organize Your Home Office Day. So excited about this one. So we're going to cover 5 tips, strategies, suggestions, whatever you want to call it, to organize your home office. So 1, start in your home office. Like you actually have to be there. For me, my home office, as you can see, is in our mudroom. Yay! Yay for functional spaces. I made a large oversized desk for myself, and then each kid has like a side. But when they're at school, I can spread out. I honestly have stuff everywhere so I can show you things at arm's reach and whatnot. So when you start with the end in mind. What that means is focus on what you want your space to look and feel like. Do you want your space to be like calm and tranquil? Do you want your space to be like bright and airy? Do you want nothing on your countertops? Do you want things to have designated spots, but everything needs to be out? Do you need it to be colorful? Do you need it to be, think about what you need, because that's what all of this is about. If your workspace works for you, you will keep it clean. So really focus with the end in mind. For me, I need a balance of both. I have my project boards that I'm looking at right in front of me. My project boards are the boards that I use. Right now they're calendars, but they're acrylic. I'm going to turn you around so you can see them. Okay, here we go. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. My project boards right now, they are acrylic boards that I created so that I could keep all of my stuff organized. On my project boards, I have blog posts, videos, events, all of that on my project board so I can keep track of things. Not everybody likes this. This could be visual clutter to some people. That's why for me, I need that. It is all color coded based on a system I've created here in addition to my Google Calendar so that they all match, and Asana so that they all match. So for me, this is key in order to create a space that is organized and works for me. Now my desktop, I like clean. I have my planner out. And that's it. Like, I don't really like a lot of stuff out on my counter, my workspace. So for me, that's my goal. I want visual up on the wall and then my workspace to be clean. We have a lot of windows in here. So, light and airy works. I got a paint color I like. And so all of those things help create that space. Now, since I have that vision, now I can remove everything that doesn't fit into that vision. I can remove the things that then would be clutter in this space. So if my kids decide to come in here and dump all of their stuff all over my desk, that's going to be clutter, because that stuff should go right there. Back there. They each have their own little cubby. Should not go on my desk. So if it's on my desk, it's clutter. If it's over there, it's not, because clutter in the organized mama world is just things that do not belong in that space. That's clutter. Somebody could look at my desk and be like, oh, it's full of clutter right now. But I have some business cards out. I have a project I need to finish for my daughter. And so I have them in piles here. They aren't clutter because they're serving a purpose at this moment in time. Once I finish the project for my daughter, sticking, these beads back on the thing to tie on her backpack, it needs to go back on her backpack. because if it remains here, it's clutter. So look at clutter in that aspect, and then you're not going to see it as much as like stuff as is purpose. Okay. Now, once you've decided, what you want your desk to look like, what you want your office space to look like, feel like, the environment you're trying to create, then you need to take some actionable steps. You need to remove clutter, the things that don't belong, and try going paperless in some aspect. Some things that I use to go paperless, where are they? One, this is a glass dry erase notepad. I love this for notes. So this does stay out because it is glass. They aren't that close, sorry. Okay. Also have my boogie boards to write on. So these are, there we go, semi-digital, all paper-free. So I can write all over them, my notes, and then it just clears it off. So I have these two. This one stands up, so this one actually stays on. And because see the little pen stays right in here. I like that. This one is magnetic. I mean, it's nice. Wait, it's up here. It's nice, but see, that's that. And so then you lose things. So this one is more like, oh, I can take it with me to a project, write all over it. And the only way to erase it is having the pen go to the bottom. So I wouldn't erase it by like putting it in a bag or something. So these are the two products I use to go paperless. I personally need a pen, paper, notepad. Not everybody does. I do. So for me, I have my notepad, or not notepad, calendar, planner. Thank you. That's the word. I have my planner. I have a bunch of planners that I actually use. My work one, I keep out so that, I can time block my day really easily, because when I am working, especially working from home, I need to time block my day. I have blog posts on time blocking. If you would be interested in time blocking and me chatting about that, I'm happy to do that as well. Just leave it in the comments or shoot me a message and let me know. I'm happy to create that for you, so you can kind of see like how I do time blocking. And then, okay, not everything can be paperless, right? Like, and the reason why I'm saying paper, and Evernote, because my phone's right here. Evernote is another great one. My friend Abby from Abby Organizes has a bunch of videos on how to go completely paperless. I can't do that, but a lot of it is turning things into digital documents using Evernote. And I've used a lot of her suggestions for things like, business cards, that kind of thing. I do use and store in Evernote. So I can link that as well, so you can see kind of like how Abby does it. I just follow what she has said, because her and her husband have been paperless for a couple years now. So I follow what she says in the world of paperless. Now, since I'm not totally paperless, I do have piles of paper like you see here. I have other types of paper, my notes, and that kind of thing. So what I do with those, I use magazine holders, which of course I don't have within arm's reach. So I use magazine holders. They're over there on the corner of my desk. And in my magazine holders, I keep one magazine holder for each type of thing. So I have these are my TikTok video notes. I have to have them on paper because when I'm recording them on my phone, I need them in front of me. I need the paper. So I have my kind of like notes, plans, and all of that in a magazine holder so that I can, keep all of them organized. And then any of my printables, checklists, any of that, either that like I'm working through, I want to make sure is right. It looks right, whatever. I have another magazine holder for that. All of our receipts for the month go into another magazine holder. This way I don't have to file things, because a lot of times things get lost in your filing cabinet. And I do keep tax things in our filing cabinet. I do keep contracts in our cabinet. There are like specific things I keep. I have 2 filing cabinet things that I use. The other 2 I use for storage. So I really think about the paper that I'm keeping, and then I create a plan for how to manage all of that paper. Also, all of my kids' stuff. Okay, I'm going to turn this so you can see. So here, that is my daughter's, and that is my son's, and that is where all of their artwork goes. It's a hanging file folder. They each have one. So all of their artwork and stuff goes in there. Once it gets full, we sort it. We decide what we're turning into a book, and or we'll recycle it. We'll gift them, as like wrapping paper or something for the holidays, that kind of thing. And the pieces that we actually have to keep because you have to hold them to appreciate them go into their memory bins. But all of that is how we deal with paper. And that is a lot of stuff I see, especially in a home office. A lot of people keep just piles of things everywhere. Now, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. I don't love the grade level filing of kids' stuff. I'm taking the stance right there. I don't think it is worth the investment, because what happens is you don't put the stuff in the folders. Instead, it just piles up on top of the bin, and then you get frustrated, annoyed. You don't remember what year they were or any of that, and then it just turns into a big old mess. So I don't love those. I don't think they're an effective storage solution for papers, especially if your goal is to do things quickly. If you're looking to, organize those papers fast and you don't have time to sit and sort through them, especially if you have multiple kids, just storing them in a bin that says their name is going to be perfect, because at the end of the day, did you go through and I did this particular thing this month, this date, this year when I was growing up, or do you just appreciate what it is because it was saved? Just ask yourself that. I've had many a talk about that. If you're like, no, I actually do appreciate it, fabulous, do it. If you have a kid who would appreciate that, do it. There is nothing wrong with doing that, but there is nothing wrong with not doing that. I want to be crystal clear on that piece, because a lot of times I see parents take on those papers and I need the dates on them. You don't need the dates on them. If it's not a thing if it's too difficult, don't do it. If you have a stamp and you just boom, 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 and you're done and you have a routine, do it. Figure out what works for you, because that is the paper component of your home office. Let's call it what it is here, because home office, there's many aspects in it. Now, if you don't want stuff on your desk and you're like, okay, but what do I do with the remaining stuff? I personally love inside drawers, using drawer organizers to keep them from moving around. I use drawer liner, because you don't get the goo of the museum gel that a lot of people are showing. I find it leaves a gooey residue. I don't love it. I like drawer liners. You cut them to the size, and then these things don't move. So there are many different kinds of drawer organizers. For me, depending on, even this one, yeah. Okay, so some of these I have stuff. I don't stack them. But if you have a deeper drawer, they make stacking drawer organizers. So you can have your scissors, and then, maybe not your file, but you can have other items on top of it so that you're utilizing all of the space inside your drawer. If you're using drawer organizers, group items together. So this is all yes, I have a lot of chapstick. I like chapstick. My chapstick and my oils for my diffuser are all here. They're in one. My scissors and hole punchers are all together in another. Pens are in another drawer organizer. I have a teeny tiny one for all me and the kids all have glasses. So every morning we have to clean glasses. So we have a lot of the glass cleaner and all of that. And I keep it right here because look what's behind me. This is where we go to school. So I keep it where it makes sense. All of these things, group them together if you're using a drawer organizer. Now, if you don't have that much stuff and you don't find a drawer organizer helpful, then don't use it. But for me, in drawers for office supplies, drawer organizers can easily make your drawer far more tidy than without one. Let me stick that in there. So I also have drawer organizers for like pen, tape, like extra tape, extra staples. All of those are in drawer organizer. I keep my stapler in a drawer as well. So all of those things are together in a drawer and I set it up. So here's the other thing. You have to look at which is your dominant hand. So my husband is left-handed. And so for him to like go get something, just a natural habit would be going to his right. For me, it's going to the left. I don't know why that is, but so think about it as you're organizing your office space as well. Which way do you typically go? If you want to grab a pen, which direction do you go to grab a pen? Do you go this way or do you go this way? Because then that's where you should store your pens. It's as simple as that, but just those little things to think about as you are tidying up your office space. So decide, just to recap what we've covered so far, decide on the feel and the space of your office. Figure out how paperless you can go and then come up with a plan for those actual papers. Group like items together. And if you're storing in a drawer and it makes sense, use drawer organizers or drawer dividers. And then the last piece of organizing your office space is to add in greenery. This sounds so ridiculous, but hear me out. There is research out right now that says if you have plants and green in your office space, you are going to be more productive. So add a plant or two to your office space. Isn't that crazy? So here's my plant. I have a plant because I have so many windows, it works. I have it in front of the window. It gets lots of good light. It's like my little plant baby. And I have it right by my desk. So it, is doing its job. And then as far as distractions or anything in regards to that, because that usually is a thing with organizing your desk. Like you might have your phone right next to you or, other things that could distract you from doing your work. So when that's the case, make sure you have a spot for your phone that maybe it could go so you could do your work, but it's not right here. So for me, I could put something, see here, I'm going to show you at the end of my desk because I can't reach it. I have to actually get up to move to go get my phone. So I'm going to say, okay, well, I'm not getting up until I do X, Y, and Z. So once I set that up and get that figured out, then I can go get my phone. So creating some easy habits to stop distraction is going to help as well when you organize your desk, because today is National Organize Your Home Office Day. So let's see here. Are there questions? Anybody have anything to say? Anything, about your home office? What are we thinking? Okay, so the two paperless list products that I mentioned are, this is Boogie Board, and this is a glass notepad from Quartet. Now, the notepad does come with a like an actual pad around it. I do like that as well. For me, I just keep it out on my desk so that I can write in it, like write on it with the any dry erase works, but Quartet has their own stuff as well. So I keep it out. So I took it out of the binding. And then the boogie board comes with a pen, so you can, write all your notes all over it. And then when you're done, use the end of the pen right there to clear off the space. So those are what I love for going paperless with list building, because I think they're the two cleanest options. I don't find a lot of residue with the Quartet, the dry erase. I have with some other companies, which is why I don't really promote them, talk about them. If I was gifted something, I might say thank you. But if you're not seeing me promote it, it's because I don't love it. So I'm not going to say, go buy this. The products that I use are the products I tell you to see if they're going to work for you, and then you can invest in them. Okay, question. Oh, yes, and it's also Happy Women's Day. Yes, desk organization and Women's Day totally works, right? I don't know why they're on the same day. I think it's kind of funny because I'm talking about, National Organize Your Desk Day, and it's International Women's Day is today. So the two go hand in hand, like, boss lady and taking charge in the office, making sure your home office is organized so you can be as productive as possible. So yes, figure out what you want, how you want your space to look and feel. Do that first. Do not spend too much time on Pinterest looking for ideas. Do not overthink it. Just kind of like go with your gut. Pick like 2 to 3 words to describe your space, and then move on to decluttering, removing anything that doesn't serve the purpose of your end goal. Like, what do you want it to feel like, look like, be in there? Anything that doesn't work with that is clutter. And then figure out what paperless looks like to you. Is it going digital, taking pictures of everything, filing it in your phone, on your computer, or is it using, digital notepads or dry erase notepads, whatever that is or looks like, do that. And then create a plan for the remaining paper, because you're never not going to have paper. Like, you will always have paper. It's not going away. So you're always going to have paper. So come up with a plan for that, either filing cabinet or magazine holder, whatever that looks like for you. And then you can, start sorting, sifting through all of your papers. Group like items together, store them in a drawer organizer if that works for you, or a bin, maybe a bin if you have cabinets. And then make sure you have some greenery in your office so that you stay productive. Next week, we are talking about how to tidy your room quickly. This is going to be a fun one. So tomorrow, next Tuesday, the 15th, at 2:30 Central Standard Time, we will be here, YouTube, TikTok, talking all about tips for tidying your room quickly. I will see you then. All right. Thank you.